comes to mind when you hear the word Hillsborough? A lot of people only know it as the place where 96 Liverpool fans were crushed to death in a football match in 1989. But Gill Furniss, who's the Labour candidate for the Brightside and Hillsborough by-election, says it's time Hillsborough as a neighbourhood finally moved on.
I'd be very keen to work really closely, though, if I'm elected, with the Police and Crime Commissioner, take up discussions with him to make sure that we actually move on from this and make sure we've got the best police force in that we can possibly have.
So do you think it's right to say move on?
Yeah.
There's certainly passion behind Gill Furniss's campaign, not least because if she was elected on Thursday, she'd be taking the place of her recently deceased husband, Harry Harpham. But everyone in this Brightside and Hillsborough by-election, all the candidates have got something special to offer. Isn't that right, Patrick?
That's right, Alice. UKIP is Labour's nearest challenger in this constituency. Steve Winstone is their candidate, and he believes he's the right man for the job because not only is he local, but he's got a background in steel as well.
The only way to save the Sheffield steel industry is to come out of the European Union or get an MP who actually knows really about steel. We can all say that we know about steel, but my credentials are there. I've turned over hundreds of millions of pounds in my own businesses in Sheffield, in steel, employed hundreds, thousands of people. I talk to them every day. I get it.
So Steve Winstone has a strong message on steel, but is that getting through to people here in Hillsborough?
So all of the skills that we used to have long since gone.
I think in any issue, if the government feels strongly about it and they've got the support of the people, then they would just do it. I don't think being in the EU or out of the EU makes any difference.
And similarly, Gill Furniss's views on Hillsborough aren't necessarily the same as the views of the people who live here.
I mean, it's taken a long time to get to the point where they are now. But having said that the verdict's only just happened in the last few days, I think it's a little bit early just to say, right, let's still move on now.
People do need to move on and get past it a bit, because if you spend your life worrying about it, then you'd never go to a football match, would you?
With the continued debates about the Hillsborough disaster on one hand and the local issues with the struggling steel industry on the other, whoever the successful candidate is in this by-election is certainly going to have their hands full. Alice Evans
And Patrick Hildred.
Just News, Brightside and Hillsborough.